Hi everyone, welcome or welcome back. If you're new here, my name is Nina, and here at this channel we talk all about mental health, personal development, and understanding our own psychology. If you are not yet a subscriber, please go ahead and become one. We definitely want you to stay connected. And today we're going to be talking about some of the signs of insecurity. So firstly, I think everyone feels a little uncertain about themselves sometimes. We are human beings, and because of this, we are constantly thinking, and so many of our thoughts are negative, which can often fill us with doubt and then quickly spiral into insecurity. And unfortunately, too much insecurity can lead to all kinds of problems in our professional life and in our personal life. So today we're going to talk about how we can learn to spot insecurity within ourselves and in other people. Now, keep in mind, like I said before, that everyone does struggle with insecurity from time to time. So today we're mainly talking about people who tend to struggle with this issue on a regular basis. So let's start by going ahead and defining it. What do we actually mean by the word insecurity? We can think of insecurity as feelings of uncertainty, inadequacy, or anxiety about oneself that often results in a lack of confidence. It can make us really question our ability to handle situations and also make us anxious about our relationships and our goals. And this can stem from a variety of causes, such as social conditioning, to traumatic events and previous experiences, or from being in an unstable environment, or simply be tied to your personality traits. So there are limitless areas of potential insecurity, and oftentimes these areas kind of blend into one another, which starts to make it more and more problematic. So let's go ahead now and look at some of the signs of insecurity, and I think some of these may actually surprise you. The first is perfectionism. So this is where we're going to want everything to look and to be as perfect as possible. We are really afraid of making mistakes or looking inadequate, and a lot of people that struggle with perfectionism are never satisfied with their work. They can only see the flaws. So they may endlessly procrastinate because they feel like nothing that they do is ever going to be good enough. Number 2, self-isolation. This is when we have a strong desire to be alone and to avoid social situations. So we are fearing the judgments of others, so oftentimes we might think we'd like to just avoid the situation completely rather than have to worry about what other people think. Number 3 is bragging. Now, I know this one may sound surprising, but it's because people really do want to be accepted. They just may not feel that they are good enough. So in this case, bragging is used as a defense mechanism to really protect us against our perceived weaknesses or our fears. It's really just an attempt to get respect or admiration from other people. We are trying to prove that we are worthy. False arrogance is really a very common mask for insecurity because we are trying to prove to them that we are important. Number 4 is poor decision-making skills. And this is simply because when we are insecure, we tend to question ourselves. We second guess our decisions and our judgments because we don't believe in our own ability to get things right. In fact, in most circumstances, we assume that we're always going to get things wrong. Number 5, emotional dependence. This is where we rely on other people for our emotional well-being. We may be very clingy, or we may be very needy. We may feel that we need the protection of another person, and oftentimes we don't want to take full responsibility for our feelings or our experiences. Number 6, being overly self-critical or critical of others. So maybe we can't take a compliment, or we find flaws in every single thing that we do, which is what we focus on. And interestingly enough, oftentimes when we are insecure, we may be very critical of other people. And the reason for this is because we are feeling badly about ourselves. So we are attempting to feel better about ourselves by knocking other people down. Number 7, people pleasing. Now this is more of a complex topic than it may seem, and I do have a whole video on this. I will go ahead and link it down in the description box below. But really, when we're talking about people pleasing, we're talking about taking the needs, wants, and desires of other people and putting them in front of ourselves. So we are always going to be in second place. We're never thinking about what we want. We're always considering what other people want first. Number 8 is low self-esteem. Now this is one that is very commonly tied to insecurity. So here we're talking about having a low opinion about ourselves, or always comparing ourselves to other people, or excessively being filled with self-doubt. Number 9, anxiety or depression. And this is simply because insecurity is often linked to a decrease in mental wellness, which can of course contribute to negative outcomes such as anxiety and depression. People who are insecure may also struggle with irrational thinking and negative thinking, which can also contribute to the same problem. And number 10, attention-seeking behaviors. And this makes perfect sense, because when we are feeling badly about our own self and we are feeling insecure, we're going to want to look to other people to validate us externally. And nowhere is this more prevalent than in social media, where we may try to overcompensate to really disguise these insecurities. We do this to give ourselves a temporary sense that everything is okay, that other people approve of us. And unfortunately, we can get hooked on this type of flattery or this type of validation. And this is also something that I have made several videos about. I have a whole playlist about this, and I will go ahead and link that in the description box as well. So if any of these signs or many of these signs really struck a chord with you, it is possible that you are struggling with insecurity. And insecurity is a pretty universal human experience, but luckily it's something that can be transformed. So it doesn't have to disrupt our daily life or be something that we have to really deal with on a regular basis. And I'm going to go ahead and link down one last video in the description box below. It is how to develop unshakable self-confidence and to overcome insecurity, just in case you need that resource. And please note also, if this is something you feel that you need support in, do not hesitate to reach out to a licensed mental health professional who would be more than happy to help you through this issue. So as always, I truly hope today's video was interesting and helpful. If it was, please like it, share it with other people, and definitely become a subscriber if you are not one already. We want you to stay connected, and I want to thank you so much for spending time with me today. I hope the rest of your day is extraordinary.